G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at the War for Cybertron Earthrise Grapple. Now this guy does have a little bit of an issue with him that some of you might be aware of. For those of you who don't, I'll point it out. But honestly, he's a really good interpretation of Grapple. He really is. His face is a bit more stoic than I'd like, but everything else is there. I don't usually have Grapple with his gun that he does come with. I'll just pull him up to the side for a second so we can have a look at it. So there it is there, just in grey plastic. You can use the different ports and whatnot to position it. We also have, I don't know why I did that because then I'll have to refocus it. He has his grapple hand, which you can use on either hand. You basically flip this around and that gives you this hand, this port. I won't go all the way because it can be a bit of a pain to get out, and you can hold that onto there. It does also, I think you might be able to use it also in vehicle mode, but I don't really think so. So there we go. Now if you do want, you can have two hands. You can take this off, and if you can get it, and I've had to use a part separator. Where to put it? I actually found mine, my DX9 one, and just sort of do your best. There we go. So you can have Grapple with two hands if you want. I just find that incredibly bizarre, but it is doable. And the original G1 toy actually had the option for two hands, and I just noticed I got a paint chip on his chest plate, which I've never ever noticed. So first times for everything. So while we're in this mode, we'll quickly get down to articulation. His head can turn a full 360. I didn't think it actually could do that. Arms can go for 360, go up this far. He has single jointed elbow that gets you that far. He does have bicep rotation. No rotation at the wrist. There's a pin here, which of course is transformation. He has waist swivel, but you can get all the way, but you're starting to hit onto the back of the crane. Leg can go up that far, and if you get it around the hook, it goes all the way back. You can use that joint too if you want, but that's more for transformation. Leg goes up that far. We have hip rotation. We have single jointed knee, gets you that far. We have ankle tilt that gets you that far. We have, if you use the transformation joint, foot up that gets you roughly about that, and goes all the way down, but that's more for transformation. So there we go. So just for our first size comparison, there he is with MP10. Which, probably about the right size, honestly, for Grapple. A little bit more, maybe, but not by much. So, let's get this guy transformed. So he is very simple, but I will point out a little bit of a hesitation. Also, I will point out this guy, for the most part, literally transforms the exact, well, not exactly, but very similar to both Masterpiece Inferno, which Grapple also, as well as the original G1 Grapple and Inferno, which I do have G2, but he's very broken, and my cousin actually had G1 Grapple. So if you want to have a look at Masterpiece Inferno's transformation, there is a link up in the corner there, so you can actually have a look at that review. I don't think anyone's ever watched that one. Anyway, so let's get down to transformation. So we're going to untab here, and all this is going to come out. Just straighten that up. You want to flip the head back to hide the bucket. Damn bugs in my house. I just feel I'm going to crawl my leg. Here you go. Don't worry, when he ran off. Anywho, alright, so we'll get back to this. Alright, so we're going to fold those hands in, and once again, they are a bit of a tight. It's nice that they're tight, but at the same time, they're a royal pain in the butt to get back out. We'll then come to the legs. You're going to flip pull out the foot, flip down and straight down so it lines up. Same on the other side. And then we're going to flip this up so this all will come up and tab into place. And then we're going to rotate this around because we need this hook the other way around. I was hitting the wrong thing. So all this is going to fold back, or the cab I should say. So this all will line up, so just in between the legs. And now we have where people have issues. These tabs, tabs going to these ports, they are tight, and I think I have, probably can't see it very well, but I do have a little bit of, maybe it's a bit more on the light. Probably can't see it. I do have a bit of plastic breakage there. Right now I'm blanking on the term. I'm going real well. You know what I'm talking about. Basically, honestly, if it was up to me, I'd actually probably get a file or something and just smooth all that. Don't worry about the hexagon. Just smooth it out and just try to make it so that goes in. Maybe even put a little bit of just a tiny bit of washing liquid, dishwashing liquid, and put that in there just to make it a little bit more lubricated. So I will try, and then honestly, my biggest suggestion is get a part separator, but as I said, mine came with Blitzwing, so there you go. So and that's gone further in than I wanted it to go into, but oh well, such is life. Alright, so just straighten all that up for the most part. His hip's a little bit turned there, I don't know why, but it was. Then you're going to straighten out the hands, straighten out the arms I should say, and then you're going to fold back. So this silver bit is going to go into this gap here. So that's where you get that transformation joint. Just let it follow all the way around. Oh, and we want to, where is it? Rotate it so this peg is pointed inwards, like so. And of course, to make it even easier, this, where is it? I'm sure it's this one. This port, which is where the pin is, that's going to go onto this black piece here. So first things first, we're just going to get that around the right way. I've just done that the wrong way. And we'll rotate it. So where is it? There's the tab. There's the hole. So that's going to come in all the way over and tab those together. You can do it, say, with this up like this, but it's up to you. And then, of course, these two holes go onto these two pegs. So just sort of line them up and squish it down the best you can. And we're almost done. Although those wheels were a little bit higher than they should have been. You can extend this, pull this down, drop down your hook. And there is Grapple in his truck mode, his crane mode, we'll call it. Now, I just did notice that you can, as I thought, take this, fold that all the way back and plug that in there, and voila. And that's about as far as the crane goes. So it's going to have a bit of an issue if you want it to be used right above him. So just sort it out, pick it up. None of this hinges, all that's just one solid piece. Also, if you want, you can take this piece and plug that into there. We can take this if we want, and that can go, I think I remember the pictures, that goes there. And the gun, God, where's the gun go? I think it's on this side, if I remember correctly when I bought it, which is obviously a while ago. So there you go. So you can put all his accessories onto Grapple if you wish. But I don't wish for the most part, so those ones can come off. So there we go. So let's do one more size comparison. Here he is with Windblade. And he's a little bit shorter than Windblade. So nose to nose, her feet are a bit further out, but obviously she's wider only because of wingspan. Alright, let's get this guy transformed again so I can point out, the difficulties. So I'm just going to flip that off the moment and push all that in. I'm going to unpeg that because I like using that. Grapple and Inferno and Hoist with 2 hands is bizarre, along with Shockwave. So we're going to flip this up. We can unpeg that. Oh, I forgot to point all these out, but you have 5mm ports anywhere. You got there. Oh, you know, all of a sudden. Here and here. Suppose you could use that if that would fit. I think that's about it. Oh, and of course on top of the crane. Alright, so, sorry, bumped with my foot there. So this comes all out like so. Straighten it up so we have the biceps in the right place. Now the moment of truth. Alright, so as you can see, I'm putting a little bit of force, but not too much because I don't want to snap it myself. That is secure. So I'm just trying to have a look at his other accessories. Don't really think there's anything there you could use for leverage, because I think if you just push it like that, you're going to snap him as well. So my suggestion would be part separator, and just sort of get that under there and just slowly work it until it pops out. I'm just trying to think what else I've got around here. I'm like looking at my metal ruler. I can't remember what I was using this for, but you probably use a screwdriver as well, but let's see how this works. No, that is too thick. I think I'm just going to start scraping plastic off. So I would probably use a part separator or a small flat nose screwdriver and just sort of get in there. Honestly, I would either get these circled out so that there's less grip, put a little bit of washing liquid, washing detergent in there, dishwashing liquid in there, or if you're game, and I'll probably just end up with a whole bunch of plastic, take it off, sawdust. Sand these, or file or scrape these until they're smaller. So that is my options there for you. So I'm just gonna get my part separator, and there we go. Stress marks, that's what the word I was thinking of before, stress marks. Not so much on this one, but yeah, like I said, I don't know if you can see it. There's like, I think it's just literally where it's starting to shave the plastic off. A little bit here, a little bit here. But yeah, a little bit of stress marks. Also, that paint looks just shit. It looks like something I've done. It wasn't, but it does look like it. And these ones also. So that can just go back where they were. Obviously, these are your heels, and they don't fold. He's not very gappy, which I will give it to them. So he isn't too gappy. Obviously, you could use screwdrivers and whatnot. Once again, I'm just going to use my part separator and try and get this around. There we go. I'm just thinking, let's fold that back in for a minute. Now for no, that won't fit, but you could probably use that and just gently push. Yeah, just a gentle push, not too much, because honestly, I'd be worried that pin, that tab will get stuck in there. And just take the gun out. So that is an option for you. If you're having trouble getting the hands out, use the gun, maybe even use the grapple to just flip that around, whichever makes you more comfortable. And I've just realized I've done his wrong hand. Alright, so let's try it with the grapple, since I've just messed that up. So put the claw in there, and we'll just, there we go. So just gentle, not a lot of pressure, just a little bit. Whoops. And now I'm throwing it away. I'll get that in a minute. So that just folds out, straighten those up. Where did I put me laser? There, right there. I don't hear this beeping. I forgot to turn my TV off in the living room. So this is going to come around, and this is going to go down. So it just sort of sinks in here. You can flip the head over. It only flips one way. Ironically, I'm pretty sure the original one, the G1 one, flipped two. So this is going to go up first. So this is going to peg into here, like so. This is going to fold down, and that's going to peg into here. Flip all that up, and then, where is it? There is a small peg port here that's going to peg onto here, and that actually holds the head in place. And I want to say there's sort of a, I think these also sort of grab onto the sides of the head, which I am correct. There's actually, I was going to say ports, but they're not much, but they are there, which will actually hold on. So, but probably forcing that a lot will break those. So stability will go straight out the window when it comes to his head. But honestly, all things considered, he is a nice figure. Nice figure. I've never gotten around to getting Masterpiece Grapple, which I'm somewhat disappointed in, that I never got him. I am thinking of getting one of the X-Transbots grapples. I can't remember what they're calling it at the moment. They've basically brought out Inferno, Grapple, Art Fire, and Hauler. I think that's all four of them. There's probably another one in there somewhere, but I haven't got a clue. But yeah, this guy has been a pretty decent stand-in for my grapple for the time being, so we'll see what happens when down the line. But yeah, so he is a good figure. It's that port, those ports there, that will cause you trouble and fear. Oh, you'll probably fold that up. Cause you fear if it snaps. So just beware of it. Just ease it. Just gentle. Either open that up a little bit, put a bit of dishwashing liquid in it, bring these down a bit. Like, honestly, I want to say it holds in place regardless, but it really doesn't. These tabs are really what holds all that together. Even putting the arms in place don't really hold it in place. The arms tend to want to lift up anyway. So just be aware of that. If you have this guy, or if you're going to get this guy, that's one of his biggest issues. So, we got this port now too. And I think we had that one before. So there we go. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. I know I said before, I'm trying to get rid of that, but it's just my mind instantly goes thumbs down. But if you don't, how about we just stick to the classics, because I'm going to forget about it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this guy as your version of Grapple. Are you getting the X-Transbots variation? Did you have issues with broken pegs? But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.